Retro trailer reactions are the older ones, Jeannine.
Yeah.
We like them. They're such a different vibe entirely of promoting a movie, of putting a trailer out there. The last one we did of this kind was for My Man Godfrey, which was very quick, very kind of
Very fast
showy.
paced. Yes.
Very fast-paced, like the movie, I suppose, but very bombastic and just
Yeah.
kind of crammed actors down your throat and had one little scene in there.
Yeah,
It
left
was
out
just
very little story detail and focused more on who was in it.
yes. So I'm quite intrigued because I've
Yeah.
seen the length of this trailer and it's somewhat longer that
Okay.
as to how this trailer is going to promote its movie. This is a recent episode of the main show, It's a Wonderful Podcast. We spoke about this movie, Mrs. Miniver from 1942, the Best Picture winner of 1942 is the trailer we're looking at today. Go and check out the episode
Yes.
if you haven't already. Of course, it was last week's episode of the main show. We were carrying on our trend of best picture winners that we seem to be on at the moment. And it was a very, very good movie. Like a movie
Yes.
that I think I loved way more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, definitely changed some, expectations that I had going into it. Definitely was not all that I expected. So it was a nice surprise.
Yes, but let's have a look at its trailer, Jeannine. From
Okay.
1942, the trailer for the Best Picture winner of that year, Mrs. Miniver. Okay, where am I? Let's click the right thing. There we are.
Very intense.
Very nice, yes.
The most important attraction in a decade.
I mean, they're not lying about the importance of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. It's like slide-in tiles.
Yeah.
These older trailers always focus on who's in it to grab you. Jane
It keeps
Witty.
going. It keeps going.
Yeah.
It's a big cast.
Yes. Very different from other, trailers where they kind of just blandly say the names of the actors.
The big event the
Yes.
whole country is talking about. Mrs. Miniver,
Right side.
a timely drama, tuned to the terrific
Drama.
tempo of the world of today. Mrs. Miniver, the story of a valiant woman whose love and devotion shield her family from the cruelest onslaught of devastation ever visited upon mankind.
Nice voiceover. I like the voiceover.
Yeah. Wow, they're really showing like
It
the
is a
most
story of
intense
youth,
stuff.
too, of young people who hold aloft against the shadow of the present everything that is brightness for the future. Mrs. Miniver is as great in its rich moments of quiet tenderness as in its vivid moments of unbridled terror and sweeping action.
Bit of a review in there as
Yeah,
well.
I was
Don't
gonna
mind
say
that.
this trailer's almost a review for the movie.
You will not soon forget the gallantry of this family of brave and decent people, whose courage is the flaming spirit of a family of brave and decent nations.
Wow. Touting it
First
as a
great
love story.
story.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Sort of raging
has
girls
romance
conflict.
in there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't tout it as a love story.
Yes.
Very patriotic.
Oh, the full-length version as opposed to the short version.
Book of the Month Club hit.
Well, right, I would like...
Oh my
let's...
gosh. Hey. Wow. They show
Okay.
it again.
Go away, advertisement. We don't want you. I was going to pause it temporarily at the moment then to just let everybody know that I'm so glad to find out that it was Jan Struther's Book of the Month Club Award winner,
Yeah, that's a really
whoever
interesting
the
little
hell that
addition on
is.
there. Yeah.
And I suppose it was probably a very big
Very
deal in the
important
early
person.
40s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just forgive my ignorance on that front. I think that's a wonderful trailer. That's actually quite a modernly structured trailer.
Yes, but it's more of a review, like a promotional review as opposed to just
Yeah.
kind of telling you what the movie's about. Because mostly trailers are there for just kind of giving you a look into, okay, this is what's going to happen in this movie. But this was actually like selling it like
It really is,
it's a
but
great drama and love story, and this is what you're gonna
you think
get, and
how,
it's telling this dramatic tale of
I mean, the
intrigue
love,
and
the fact it calls itself the first great love story. I'm not
yeah, which that's
too
not
sure
really an
about that one.
emphasis of what's going on.
It's definitely a part of the movie, a
Yeah,
sizable part of the movie. It affects a
but
lot.
I would not straight call it a love story first thing out the
No,
gate.
it's a war family movie.
Yeah,
It's about the family struggles of the start of the Second World War. That is what the movie's about. The
yeah,
community's
yeah.
struggles with the start of it.
Interesting.
Appropriately, I think, seriously enticing,
Yeah,
because or in a sense that it entices people watching that trailer to go to watch the movie and know that they're watching a serious movie. It's not trying to be showy for showy's sake. It's trying to
yeah,
say this is an important movie. You need to come and see it. It's about very timely subject
yeah,
matter. This is gonna knock your socks off as
yeah,
a movie. The voiceover said as much. The text graphics said as much. As we
yeah.
call them graphics, I suppose, but
They showed Miss
whatever you would
Miniver in the
call them.
clouds looking all heroic and
They do.
patriotic and superimpose the title and our lead character's name several times in that little ending sequence.
Yeah, have the big Land of Hope and Glory music
Yeah.
playing just
Yeah.
to bring home
Yeah.
the patriotic point.
Oh yeah.
I like that trailer a lot. And the fact I say it's like a modernly structured trailer is because you think of how modern trailers are, is you do have, who's in the trailer
Yeah.
or
Who's in the
who's in the
movie?
movie at the beginning of the trailer. You will have reviews within the
Yeah.
trailer. Now, usually, okay, in a modern trailer, it's kind of text reviews or this comes from Variety, and
Yeah.
they
And
say
somebody's
this
quote,
comes
yeah.
from the Hollywood Reporter, and they say this,
Yeah, all the
and
critics are
somebody's quote.
saying you need to go see
Yeah,
this. That's kind of the
it
thing.
won't be in a voiceover. Obviously, that trailer had the voiceover
Yeah.
essentially doing the same thing,
Yeah.
but it kind of flowed nicely from main story to little side thing that's going on back to the main story, showed you enough of what's going on, but didn't necessarily have scenes in there.
Yeah.
That it just kind of showed and it played, and that's what got you into it. It was always really purposely kind of edited together. It didn't
Yeah.
just kind of clunk together. I think that's a really great trailer.
Yeah, no, I liked that. I was really surprised and like a really good balance of showing, that there is going to be some lighter romance, young love in this story of war and showing kind of the harsher elements, them in the fallout shelter, the burning plane coming down while they're in the car. So definitely showing that they're really going to get into the kind of graphic points of what war looks like, but you're also going to get a really human story as well. So I think they really
Yeah.
balanced those kind of plot points really well in the trailer.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, there we go, Mrs. Miniver. great trailer that it was, and a great
Yeah.
movie. Do go and check out the episode of It's a
Yes.
Wonderful Podcast that we discussed that movie on. If you haven't already, of course, every Friday is It's a Wonderful Podcast over on the podcast feed, the It's a Wonderful Podcast feed, of course, on all major podcast platforms. Links in the description of this video to all that fun stuff, our Patreon, our social medias, all that great stuff. Subscribe to the main podcast feed wherever you get your podcasts and to this channel, and ding your notification bell for plenty more of these and all the other stuff we do have here as well. We'll be back very soon with another retro trailer reaction. Of course we will. Jeannine, there's one thing left to do in a nice, in your most patriotic voice possible, whatever that means to you.
Oh my gosh. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, very nice. My heart is full of warmth. Bye.
Bye.